It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Light Forex Social Trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. 15th of July already. Piotr here. This is the pre-London Open live market coverage on Light Forex YouTube channel, global YouTube channel. Let's start with risk warning, guys. Please bear in mind trading FX on margin trading. Crypto on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all initial investment, so please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Okay, USA. Japan on a bank holiday, so there was a lower liquidity during the Tokyo session. We got Chinese GDP, and Australian dollar is higher, testing again supply around 70.50. And the most funny story is that the services I've checked, it was that Aussie is higher because of the very good Chinese data. Chinese data wasn't great. It was what market was expecting. So that's showing this type of the information showing. That's what I'm talking very often about. That sometimes the news services, they need some kind of the excuse to try to explain market behavior, right? Of course, it's imported from the companies who are advertising there and paying the money. Anyway, I would say it's overall about the dollar weakness right now, and that's what we are going to start with. We are going to start with dollar, and there is a very nice article on Wall Street Journal. I'm going to send you the link. And we are going to discuss more probably over the course of this week about that. There was some polls, right, in US, and looks like 3 top Democratic candidates might beat Mr. President Trump. Of course, it's a yearly poll shows this, but the numbers are above the errors, possible errors. It's all explained in this article, so you can check it out. Okay, now there is also possibility of debt selling. It's not gonna it was raised by Mnuchin, who warns the US could hit debt selling in early September. and it's like, you know, I don't know how they want to play out this stuff. That's gonna be also interesting. Probably it's gonna be rise, right? But in case of not, so then probably we are going to get or we are going to see Fed in action, right? And it's not gonna be good from dollar perspective as well. So it might be, it's worth to monitor what is going on there, all those politics comments, because it might be that yeah, dollar may react a little bit, right? So we have over the course of the summer holiday, we have a few important events that may influence the US dollar. We do have FOMC at the end of the July, right? And then this debt selling stuff, that's the another one, right? But let's start discuss the charts. So as I mentioned, Japan on a bank holiday, Chinese GDP as expected, nothing extraordinary during the European session, and then 2:30 p.m. CET, 1:30 p.m. London, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, Empire State Manufacturing Index, and you know, because there is nothing else in the calendar, that might be good excuse to try to move the market at least a bit, right? So in that case, nothing extraordinary over the course of the day. Next Asian session, we are going to get Kiwi CPI, and the expectations are much higher. Than one of the reasons Kiwi is moving higher. Also, we are going to get monetary policy meeting minutes after the latest RBA decision, and during the European session tomorrow, job market out of the UK, German ZEV index, and what's gonna be interesting tomorrow is a retail sales in US as well as industrial production. Plus Powell. Anyway, so let's try to discuss euro dollar at the very beginning. Daily, it's gonna be in many cases it's gonna be the similar situation. We are talking about the range which was created on the 4th of July when the US was on a bank holiday, slow day, right? After that day, sell off, and right now we are testing these levels. On Thursday we hit that supply, strong rejection, long upper shadow, right? But I've been trying to explain that most probably we are not gonna create the swing high here, and that was the case. We moved higher on Friday. Unfortunately, there was no new high, right, from the bulls perspective, so there is a possibility about some deeper pullback here, but I'm going to discuss from the intraday perspective in a second. I think that's what we discussed last week. I think that higher levels are possible towards 1350, so we are going to get this nice over under. I'm talking about what happened here in early June to the left before we broke higher and failed, right? So let's switch to 1 hour chart. Okay, so let's clear some. As discussed last Friday, probably, right? The 1240 gonna be possible demand based on intraday. That was the demand, and boom, right? Worked nicely. So congratulations to all of you who are trying to take the advantage of it or simply just test it on the demo account. Now, because we haven't seen new high compared to what was on Thursday. So I think there is a possibility we are going to see a little bit of the pullback here. And if that's the case, if we are going to break 1220, then there is a one more possible demand down towards 1220, right? So it could be that we might have a flat here, flat top, and then we can make this bigger pullback. That's gonna be some kind of the jumper, and from here we can try to look for liquidity above 113. Okay, 1320 and 1350 as possible targets for longs. And from the bears perspective, I think right now, because of what we have here and here, right, that market may want that's the target for the market, and we are going to get there, right? So I think that I would be very careful. I would look for retest of this consolidation ahead of this failure, right? So we are talking, as I mentioned, about the levels above 1350. So that's also the case for this over under I've mentioned before. In case we are not gonna go there, right? So failure already here, right, may bring move below 112, and in that case the bears may want to ask for 1175, 1160, the level we were waiting for quite some time, and we didn't get there, right? So that might be the case from here, right? But I would be very careful. I think that we are going to see some kind of the stabilization around these levels, higher towards 113, and if we are talking about the lower levels, I think that ECB event might be the case here, and ECB event is later this month. It's the 25th of July. Week later we have FOMC day. So I think some pushing higher here we might see. So trying to summarize euro dollar for now. It's a 1240, 1220, 1180 to the downside, to the upside 1320, 1350, and the bears have to be patient right now. And a rally and rejection above 1350, that might be the case for sellers. What about pound? It's similar to what we discussed with euro dollar. 4th of July trading range over here. 4th of July been tested Thursday, but a little bit different thing happened here compared to euro dollar, because we saw rejection on Thursday, upper shadow, right? But on Friday we were able as a bulls to push prices higher and to hit Thursday high, so that's the positive, right? A little bit of the gap down at the open, but retest of the Friday high for now during the Asian hours. Again, Japan on holiday, so low liquidity. I think 26 is the key here. I'm talking about the high from the 17th of June. All right, so this base here, rally, I'm talking about this rally here, right? And we broke through these lows. Right now we are fighting inside and including the range from the 4th of July. Bulls needs 26.05 daily close above. Would be great to have two consecutive daily close above 26. That would confirm move back. That may open and expose 27 and 27.50. I'm talking about the range from the late June, 28th of the June. So we are talking about here these days, right? So that's how I see the things on the pound. Failure here from the pound perspective. Failure here around 26 may lead and we may see the pullback. In that case, key levels, that's this over under, which is already in play. All right, so that's quite important, and we are talking in that case about 25.10, 25 psychological level. Below we are exposing 24.40, this lows, and market may want to look for liquidity. From the intraday perspective, the pullbacks on the pounds are quite deep, right? So I'm scary a bit, trying to be aggressive. Either we are doing stuff like this, so equal moves. So if that's the case, so we are looking for this type of the correction. That's what happened with this gap down, as you can see, right? Or we are taking the whole pullback as into consideration. In that case, we might try to hit intraday lows. We might try to retest Friday London low. So we are talking about the possible demand around 25.20. Below, still we have this 24.90 as well. In case of the supply, so we know it could be this type of the move, right? In case of possible supply, I think that we've got nice liquidity pool here. So that's what I've been talking about. Levels around 26. That's why it's so important. Most probably from the intraday perspective, we are going to get there, right? Now the thing is, what's going to happen then? Either we are going to have upper shadow and failure around 26, so we are going to get back towards 25 and maybe lower, or we are going to move and close above 26. So you know, in case of euro dollar, the pullbacks in case of euro dollar, the pullbacks towards 12.20 as a buying opportunity with 13.20, 13.50. But here we are so close because of the Friday price action, right? So and we've seen, and we are going to discuss on euro pound in a moment. So here I would be careful, and I would rather wait as a bull in that case. I would rather wait for a break and close above 26. Would be good to see 2 daily close in a row above 26. That would be some kind of the conservative approach, right? So today here I'm going to watch for a failure above 26 from intraday perspective to try to grab few pips on the short side. So we were talking about the euro dollar, we were talking about the pound, so let's discuss euro pound. Now we saw strong move last Friday, right? We broke Thursday low, and right now the key is we are retesting this Thursday low. So let me make it a little bit different. 66 is a key. right now, as well as Friday open and high, right? And 9th of July, 89.53, 89.58, so the bottom as a possible demand. And I think we are trapped right now here, right? So that's how I see the things on from the higher time frame. Now, going lower from the lower time frame, there is a some kind of the breakdown through the trend line. But I want to show you one thing here. When connecting tops. 1 second. All right. Because there was no clear Hello Mer, good morning. In June we had 3 webinars, and during the one of them we were discussing the trend line, right? Let's say that's the one, right? There is a case of the case, right? You might see another attempt to go higher, and then to have this stop count, and we are going to get the information here. Either we are going to consolidate above this trend line and move higher, right? Or we are going to see just stop count, move back under the trend line, and then we know that at least temporary, we have a top in place. All right. So that's what we have here on Euro Pound. That's why I'm not so sure what next for pound, right? For cable or here on Euro Pound, because the behavior on Thursday and Friday was positive from the bear's perspective, right? It was like one nice move to the downside on Thursday, and same equal in size in Friday, right? So in that case, bulls may treat that as a correction, okay? Nice double bottom, or I'm sorry, something looks like double bottom because it's not a place for double bottom, and rally from here. And if we are going to get back above the broken trend line, right, that might lead to stop count, because the weakest shorts are gonna be forced to close, right? We are going to hit 90 again or above 90, and we are going to get the answer somewhere here, right? Now, over the course of the week, we have tomorrow jobs data, and we are going to cover UK job market live here on Global Light Forex YouTube channel. We do have inflation number on Wednesday, so it could be that we are going to get our answer on Wednesday, right? Unfortunately, I'm away on Wednesday. I'm not gonna be able to follow market on Wednesday. Anyway, that could be the case, right? For today, as long as we are holding this below this Thursday low, bears may try to attack one more time here, right? Bears may try to attack one more time here. So from the aggressive approach perspective, right, a little bit higher, so to create upper shadow and close below Thursday low. That's the task for sellers, task for buyers to get back above the broken trend line and close above Friday high. All right, that's how I see the things on Euro Pound. All right, dollar yen. As discussed, this lower shadow was only invitation, right? To have a buyers, right? To have someone we can sell. So, and that's completely disconnected from what is going on US indices, right? So we have a weekend dollar. So of course, all those companies doing the businesses abroad, especially exporting the stuff, are doing well. So that might be the reason of the Dow Jones skyrocketing. Anyway, from that perspective, line in the sand, and that's what we were discussing. So we had very good bounce on Thursday from 107.90, 107.80 level zone, right? Then market was not strong enough, and Friday we had retest and daily close near that level. And as you can see, either we are going to create inverted head and shoulders here, or something looks like inverted head and shoulders, right? That's probably the last chance for the buyers here, right? If we are going to get the close below 107.80, 107.50, probably taking into the consideration how we are moving on the dollar yen. Right, probably we might revisit 105 in that case. So I'm not surprised that we've seen invisible hands of Bank of Japan. Of course, it's a joke, but usually when there is a Japan bank holiday, the Bank of Japan is very active on the market. Anyway, we're trying to bounce, right? We're trying to hold this 107.80, 107.50. That's the key. So in case of market moving lower, right, trying to hit more stops, but we are going to see lower shadow, that might be the invitation for buyers to have aggressive approach, right? 107.80, 107.50, that's the 30 pip possible demand zone here, right? From the seller's perspective, I'm not gonna be surprised eventually to see a retest of this breakdown point on Friday from the intraday perspective. So we were trying to get back above 108.30 late Thursday, early Friday. We spent some time above, and then we crashed, right? So this 108.30 that might be the first possible supply zone, or we can make just simple measure. We made lower low, so it might be a little bit more aggressive rally, and the next one is around 108.60. So 108.30, 108.60 to the upside, 107.80, 107.50 to the downside. That's how the things looks like on dollar yen. So let's have a look what we have on indices after short break. That's what I've been talking about. DJ, strong move to the upside. Most probably is weekend dollar as one of the reason, and that's what we were discussing second ago on euro pound. Here is the very important point from the buyer's perspective. From the buyer's perspective, that's the important thing. Why? Because failure here, right at this point, may lead to the strong sell-off, because we took some stops, right? And in case of the move back under the trend line, right, it might be treated as a failure. So very important situation here on DJ. From what we are going to get, just the friendly reminder, we have. And from the indices perspective, that could be important. We do have just Empire State Manufacturing Index over the course of New York session, right? So that's how the things looks like. On the other hand, we were discussing on all of the US indices this possible cup and handle, right? So if that's the case, then through the roof to the upside, I don't know. Maybe we need to start to produce the head with the DJ welcome 40,000, 40, not 30, 40. Anyway, that's gonna be very interesting what we are going to get, especially that we are approaching earnings season, right, in US. From the Nasdaq perspective, it's similar situation. Testing the trend line, right? We were discussing this stuff as well, but the Nasdaq was not that strong as Dow Jones towards the end of previous week. Now European French CAC around, stops were taken out under the line, under the trend line. Maybe it's time for bears, especially that right now bulls got the problem to get back right above the low from the 3rd of July. Right, so it could be opposite here because of just a little bit stronger euro. The indices are not going higher, and FTSE. Watch out for the pound price action. Very negative behavior last Friday. Especially with the close below important level, right? So 7,500 key, and we close below. We do have retest right now. Watch out to the left. This 7,500, just above 7,500. Very important. Let's have a look what we have from intraday perspective. And here. I would not be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised. A little bit higher, right? 7,500, 15, 20. is going to be tested. And I'm not gonna be surprised to see rejection here, right? So watch out for indices for the price action. Don't be trapped. That's it today from me. Just quick summary of euro dollar, pound and dollar yen. Euro dollar possible demand down towards 1240, then 1220, then down 12 and 1180 to the upside, 1320, 1350. And watch out for price action eventually when we see stop hunt above 1350. Pound bulls are waiting for the deeper pullback. Bears, in case of the test of 2610, are trying to reject that level. Dollar yen to the downside 107.80, 107.50, to the upside 108.30, 108.60. That's it from me. Have a great Monday. Don't be trapped, and see you tomorrow. Have a good one.